bending both legs, bringing the feet to the edges of the mat and allowing the knees to drop together. Take a deep breath in, feel the hands lift up, sigh it out. Another one like that, but closing the mouth on the exhalation. Two more slow, deep breaths like this. Then sliding the arms out to a T, opening up the knees, feet still wide. Let's breathe in deeply. Exhale, both knees over to the right, feet still wide. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Flowing with the breath, gently warming up the hips and the legs, adding some neck turns as you flow. So turning the head in the opposite direction that the knees are pointed. A few more like this, linking the breath to the movement. And then meeting in center. Bringing the feet back hip distance, sliding the hands down by the hips. We're going to move into bridge flow. So pressing evenly into the feet. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower. Option to add the arms as you inhale up. Arms can come up and overhead, or they can stay on the ground by the hips. Your choice, tuning into the body, reflecting on what your body needs. So often we get in our minds that, Monday is our power day, Tuesday is our gentle day, Wednesday is power again, or whatever. So taking today and really tuning into the body as I give options and modifications, listening to what feels best on the body, what your body needs, not what we necessarily think it should do today. Last one. Hugging the knees into the chest, gently rocking side to side, massaging that lower back. Then releasing the feet down to the ground, bringing the feet and the knees together. Let's inhale the left leg straight up, foot flexed, and internally rotate so the toes point to the right hand. Externally rotate so they point to the left. And just a few like that, moving with the breath. Noticing where you feel the stickiness. And then meeting in center, foot back to neutral. Exhale, lower it, hovering above the ground. Point the toes, inhale, lift. Flex, exhale, lower. Connecting your breath to the movement. Then the next time the leg is upright, holding there, bending it so the thigh touches the chest or as close as you can get, reaching for the back of the thigh, and then don't let the hands or the thigh move. Don't worry about how straight or not straight the leg is. Go ahead and bend the leg all the way, point it. Inhale, halfway straighten without the thigh moving. Flex, exhale, bend. A little bit of nerve flossing here. So what we don't want is to do this. We want to keep it in here and then bend. So thigh stays where it is, or don't let it do that. Two more like this. And then releasing the left foot to the ground, lifting the right leg up, foot flex, leg straight, internally rotate, toes point to the left hand, externally rotate, toes point to the right. Moving with the breath, moving the leg in the socket. You probably feel that tight IT band too. The meeting in neutral. Exhale, lower, hovering above the ground. Point the toes. Inhale, lift. Flex. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. The next time the leg is straight up, leave it there. Bend it, reaching for the back of the thigh, pulling the thigh into the belly, relaxing the leg, pointing the toes. Inhale, halfway straighten. Flex, exhale, bend. Moving with the breath, keeping that thigh exactly where it is. Last one. And then releasing the leg down to the ground. Feet together, hands down by the hips. We're going to come up on the ball of the left foot. And then inhale, lift the hips up so it's mostly right leg. Exhale, lower. So right foot's all the way on the ground, left foot's just on the ball. So moving into this sort of 1.5 legged bridge flow. Now, option to stay right here, or if your body feels like it needs a little bit more of a challenge, you could lift the left leg up. Once again, tuning in, becoming aware of what the body needs. And if you'd like to take it up another notch, go ahead and straighten the left leg and continue. Two more. Feel the strength in that right leg. And then go ahead and lower the left leg, switching. So come up to the ball of the right foot. Left foot is firmly planted. Inhale, lift. Isolating that left leg. Noticing the difference between the legs. Like for me, this left leg is stronger, so this feels much easier. Not attaching any judgment to that, but just noticing. An option to stay right here, or we can lift the right knee up. Option to stay as we are, or we can extend the right leg. Working on strength here, balance, and getting some flexibility in the hamstring with that straight leg. One more. And go ahead and release, hugging the knees into the chest. Deep breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. Then keeping the legs elevated, but extending the arms out to a T. Deep breath in. Exhale to the right, hovering above the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Gluing the shoulders and upper back to the ground. Linking the breath to the movement. Adding those neck turns in the opposite direction. If this is bothering the lower back at all today, bring the feet to the ground and continue that same side to side movement. One more each side. And then meeting in center, reaching for the back of the thighs, beginning to rock front to back, massaging the spine. Then on the next rock, you can rock all the way up to seated or press up to seated. Coming into easy pose, if you have a block or a pillow, you could place it underneath your hips. And then moving into a nice slow seated cat and cow. As you move into the cat, really roll the sit bones. As you inhale, open up through the chest, let the elbows go back. Exhale, roll on the sit bones, looking down at the legs. Last one. The meeting in center, nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, right hand touches the ground, adding that hinge. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale up, exhale other side. So really rooting down through those sit bones. In other words, if you watch this, you don't want the leg to come up as you lean to the side. So rooting down as we reach up. Then the next time your right hand is on the ground, hold here. Tune into the shoulder and the arm, see how that feels. Then bring the left hand to the ear, see if that feels better or worse, and choose which one feels best on the body today. Inhale up and over to the other side, same options. Inhale up and center. Exhale the hands down to the shoulders, fingers pointing down. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, and over to the left. Tuning into the body once again. If this nice slow rotation works for you, stay here. Otherwise, you can speed it up if that feels better. And then meeting in center. Coming through to all fours. Always got to adjust the pants, right? And then moving into a nice slow cat and cow here as well. So inhale, open. Notice how this feels different. You may have more or less spinal movement. And then from here, let's press back to child's pose, compression. Don't worry about if the forehead touches or not. Inhale forward to kneeling plank. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Inhale forward again. Warming up the arms and the core. One more. And coming back up to all fours, reaching the right leg straight back, ball of the foot still on the ground, and some gentle back and forth. Stretching the foot, the toes, the hamstring, the calf. Then from here, holding, bringing the right heel up, checking to make sure the toes are pointing down. Option to stay right here, or you can add the left arm. Breathing deeply. Exhale, release. Reaching the left leg back, pressing into the ball of the foot as we rock front to back slowly. Feet in center, left heel reaches up, toes pointing down, check that they're pointing down. Option to stay as is, tune into the body, or add the right arm. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg, left arm. Then bring the left hand to the back of the head. And then option to hold here, or we could gently pulse up, opening up through the front of the body, strengthening the back of the body. Release. Inhale, left leg back, right arm forward, then right hand comes to the head. Option for that pulse. Go ahead and release. This time widening the knees, big toes together. Press back to child's pose. Breathe deeply. Inhale forward to all fours once again. Then drop the elbows, coming to dolphin. So we're going to start here on all fours, well, elbows and knees. And then we're going to reach right leg back, drop, left leg back. So moving into this almost like a march. Keep the core tight. Lifting up through the shoulders, so don't dump into the shoulders, try to lift. Then checking in with the body, seeing how this feels. If it feels good, stay here. If you'd like a little more of a challenge, then turning the toes under, shifting on up to dolphin and lifting the heels. So continuing with that walk, but with the toes pointing down. Just a few more wherever you are. Last one for each leg. If your knees are lifted, go ahead and drop knees wide, big toes together, press back to child's pose. Then walk the hands over to the right side of the mat, stretch the left side. Inhale, center, and then over to the left. Back to center, shift on up, turn the toes under, shift on up to down dog. Pedal out the feet, whatever feels nice here. And then from here, let's bring our feet wide to the edges of the mat, toes turned out, heels down. Begin to bend the legs so you'll feel it in the hips. Deep breath here. Then walk the hands a little closer. Deep breath here. Walk the hands a little closer, coming up to the fingertips, and then really sink the hips, but lifting up through the ankle bones at the same time. And then from here, walk the hands closer, straighten the legs, turn the feet parallel to one another. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale the hands through heart center. Bring the feet hip distance. Inhale the arms up. Then come up on the balls of the feet. And slowly walk forward on the balls of the feet till you get to the top of the mat. And exhale the heels down, bring the arms down. Inhale the arms up again. Exhale, fold. Nice straight back here. Inhale, half fold, hands on the shins or the thighs. Exhale, release. Reaching the right leg back, dropping the knee. Inhaling the arms up. Right arm forward, left arm back. That little swing, robot swing. Try to keep the hands in line with the shoulders. Right glute is on, foot can be tucked or not, up to you. Inhale, both arms up, full body stretch and lunge. Exhale the hands down. Lift up the right knee, so we're in lunge. Inhale from lunge to runner stretch. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, runner stretch. Left leg probably won't get straight. If you can straighten it, make sure you don't lock it. The meeting in lunge, sinking the hips, reaching through the chest, looking in front of the mat on the ground. Then from here, straightening the left leg for runner stretch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Coming back to a little lunge, placing both feet down. If you need to, drop the right knee. Otherwise, swing the left leg straight back and then lower it right next to the right. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, lower. So that same slow walk that we did in dolphin, but now we're doing it in down dog. Strengthening the hamstrings and the legs here. I'm sorry, and the arms. Apparently I can't talk today. Then from here, both feet down, hip distance, shift forward to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, using back muscle. Exhale, release the forehead. Inhale, back to baby cobra. Moving with your breath. Legs are active, back is strong, elbows in tight. Looking down at the ground so we don't strain the neck. At the top of our next cobra, holding there. Exhale, release. Pressing up and back to child pose. Deep breath in through the nose, sigh it out. Shifting on up to all fours. Swing the right leg forward for kneeling. Left toes can be tucked or not. Inhale the arms up. Left arm forward, right arm back. Swing. Left glute is on, really lifting through the legs. Core is strong here. Then on the next inhalation, reach all the way up and hold. Lengthening through the upper body. Left glute is on, right leg is strong. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Lift up the left knee for lunge. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, runner stretch. Moving with the breath. Trying to get full range of movement here without locking anything and staying lifted in the joints. Then meeting in our lunge, lengthening through the spine, shoulders relaxed, head looking down at the ground. Then begin to straighten that right leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, relax the head and shoulders. Coming back to that little lunge, place both hands down. Option to drop the left knee. Otherwise, swing the right leg straight back to three-legged. This time, lower both feet, bring them to the edges of the mat. We're going to turn the toes to the left, so heels are on the right. Bend the right leg. Feel that stretch through the outside of the left. Then inhale up, switch heels and feet. Left leg bends. So moving through that, stretching the outsides of the legs and the side body. One more each side. The meeting in center, toes turned out, heels down. We're going to do that Malasana pose again. So walk the hands back a little, legs bent. Feel the stretch. Walk the hands a little closer. And then even closer, coming up to the fingertips. And then from here, shifting the hips up, straightening the legs, turning the feet parallel to one another. Heel toe so the feet are hip distance. Bend the legs so the chest is supported by the thighs. Hold on to the forearms. Hang. Inhale all the way up to standing. Interlace the hands at the top. Palms turn up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Come up on the balls of the feet. Find your balance. And then slowly walk forward, one step at a time. Who knew walking on the balls of your feet was so challenging, right? And then lower the heels. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, half fold. Exhale, release. Stepping the left leg back, dropping the knee for kneeling lunge, coming on up, and then shoulder rolls. This time, keep the left toes tucked. Really turn that left glute on so you feel the stretch in the left hip flexor. The meet and center, untuck the toes, interlace the hands behind the back, open up through the shoulders and chest. Left glute is firing. Releasing the hands. If you have blocks here, they can be really handy. Straighten the right leg into a half split or hamstring stretch, then back to kneeling lunge. So similar to what we just did, but now we're doing the low version. Then meeting in our kneeling lunge, walking the hands up to the thigh, bringing the left hand to the thigh, right hand to the lower back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, looking over the back right shoulder. Unwind to center. Straighten the leg again, toes pointing up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Keep that core slightly active. And then this is a fun one. Point the toes and pigeon toe them. Woo! Maybe I'm the only one with a tight IT band. Back to center, back to our lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot for lizard. So lots of options here. You can stay exactly where you are. You could tuck the toes, keeping the knees down, or you can lift the knee. More options, drop the knee, drop the forearms. So find what feels best on your body today. And then breathe deeply. Slowly coming back up to the hands. Let's swing the right leg back, press back to child's pose. Deep breath in and out. From here, let's inhale, shift forward to kneeling plank. Exhale, slow chaturanga. Then prop yourself up by your elbows for Sphinx. Wrists in line with elbows, elbows under shoulders. Then tune into the body. Try tucking the toes. See if that feels better or worse. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look right. Inhale, look left. Moving with your breath. Knee and center, release. Inhale, press up to all fours. Swing the left leg forward to kneeling lunge. Turn the right toes under. Inhale up, shoulder rolls. And from here, meeting in center, we're going to move into that half flow, half hamstring stretch. So going from kneeling to hamstring stretch. And if you have blocks, just hold on to them and walk them front and back. Then meeting and kneeling lunge, walking the hands up to the thigh. Right hand comes to the outside of the thigh, left hand comes to the lower back. Twist looking over the back left shoulder. Exhale, unwind. Bring the hands to the floor, move into that hamstring stretch. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Then point those toes and pigeon toe them. It hurts so good. Back to center. Bend the left leg for a lunge. Bring the hands in the inside. And those same lizard options. So this side might be different as to what feels best. So kind of feel that out. Just a few more breaths here though, because it is intense. If your knee is lifted, go ahead and drop it. Swing the left leg back, press back to child's pose. From here, shift on up, turn the toes under, and come on up to down dog. Breathing deeply. Look between the hands, walk the feet forward to forward fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale the hands through heart center. Then from here, inhale to chair, arms parallel to the ground, sink the hips, tuck the tailbone, core on. And then step the leg back where you could still see the screen. Toes out to a wide plie position, arms up, 5-pointed star. Exhaling to moonflower. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat, pull the elbows into the hips. Good, moving with your breath. And then meeting upright, bringing the arms parallel to the floor. Left toes turn to me, right toes turn to the top of the mat. Bend, warrior two. Exhale, right elbow to the thigh, left arm straight up. Tune into the body. Option to bring the hand down to the ground. Open, listen to the body here. From here, begin to slowly straighten the right leg, slide the hand to the shin, moving into triangle. Bend the right leg again. Bring the arms back so they frame the foot into a lunge. Then we're going to shift the weight to the right leg, lift the left leg up, warrior three. Option for blocks under the hands here as well. And then we're going to bend the left leg and try to reach it up for the ceiling as tall as we can for a standing splits variation. Breathe. This is our peak pose, so give it your all. And then we're going to straighten the left leg, bend the right a little bit, and step into a wide lunge again. Walk the hands into straddle, turning the feet parallel to one another, and then move into nice slow side lunges here. Back is straight. Come to your fingertips, feel like Spider-Man or Spider-Woman, Spider-Girl. Then meet in center, both legs straight, feet parallel or slightly turned in. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge, and just hang. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, bend the legs, bring the hands to the hips, hinge up to standing. Perfect. Right toes should be facing the side. Turn the left toes to the top or back of the mat. Bend the left leg, warrior two. Exhale, left elbow to left thigh, right arm straight up. Option to stay here, or you can bring the hand to the inside of the foot. Very slowly starting to straighten that left leg as you slide the hand up to the shin. Triangle. Then from here, bending the left leg, pinwheeling the arms down, turning into a lunge. Then start to shift the weight to the left leg, reaching the right leg up. Hands can stay on the floor or come to blocks. Bend the right leg, reach it up as high as you can. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor, obviously getting the hamstrings as well. 3 more deep breaths here. Then bend the right leg a little, straighten the left leg, slowly lower into a lunge. Walk the hands back to straddle. Moving into those side lunges, but adding a twist. So whichever leg is bent, that arm goes up. So right leg bent, right arm up. Left leg bent, left arm up. Then whatever side you're on, hold there. Lengthen through the spine, look up at the lifted hand. Exhale, unwind, switch sides. Exhale, unwind. Bend both legs and come down to kneeling. If you can't comfortably sit the butt on the heels, you can stay upright. Open up the arms. Left fingers point back, right fingers point forward. Head goes to the right, away from the fingers pointing back. Then switch the hands, switch the head. And then continue to flow that. You can flow with the breath, one breath each way. You can hold, seeing what feels best on your neck here. And then relaxing the arms, reaching for the fingers behind the back. Palms are not together on this one. Elbows stay bent. Pull the fingers apart. So it doesn't look like much, but it's all active stretching. And release the hands. Shift the hips. Come to seated with the legs straight in front. Starting with staff pose, so hands by the hips, come to the fingertips. Make the legs so active that the heels lift off the floor. Nice long spine. Breathe. Then relaxing the heels to the ground, pressing the chest forward, walking the hands along the legs, holding on wherever feels good, then relaxing the shoulders and the head. Slowly coming up, bending the right leg, bringing the ankle to the thigh. You should feel the stretch in the hip already. If not, hinge forward a little bit, and then give yourself a little foot massage here. Focusing on that inner arch. You could check out the other areas, see where else there's tightness. Pull the toes back and forward. And then as you're massaging, if you find a spot you're like, ooh, yeah, that's tender, press and hold there. And then you could add a little deeper hinge if you'd like. Inhale on up. Place this left foot on the outside of the thigh. Reach the left arm to hook and twist looking over the back right shoulder. Sorry, right leg is up. I'm mirroring you. Sometimes I get my lefts and rights mixed up. Unwind to center. Switch legs. So bend the left leg. Bring the ankle to the thigh. Foot is flexed and active. Add that little bit of a hinge. And then go ahead and massage the foot. Pull the toes, press the toes, return to the massage. Find that spot and then pin and press and hold and hinge forward. Slowly come up. Bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Inhale on up. Extend the legs for straddle, feet flexed and active. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let the chest reach forward first, very slowly. Careful of those hamstring attachments. Bring the hands to the ground, possibly the forearms. If your forehead is pretty close, you could stack the fists and place the forehead on the fists. Breathe deeply. Inhale up slowly. Slide the feet together. Roll down onto the back. Lift the left leg up, foot active, leg strong. Interlace the hands behind the thigh and then press the thigh into the hands. Feel that lower core engage. Feel the hamstring stretch. Feel the strength in the leg. Exhale the left ankle to the right thigh, arms out to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the legs over to the right. My children are signing to me outside of the door. Guys, I'll be done in a little bit. Just wait. No, shh. Sorry, guys. Back to center. Release the left foot to the ground. Right leg up. Interlace the hands behind the thigh. Press the thigh into the hands. Bend the leg, bring the right ankle to the left thigh, arms out to a T, deep breath in. Exhale the legs over to the left, look to the right. Inhale, center, release the right foot to the ground. Make a W with the hand, slide it under the top of the hips, and then lengthen both legs straight up. Breathe deeply. Bend the legs, straighten both of the legs, roll the shoulders under a little bit so the palms turn up. Deep breath in, side out. Then we're going to focus on breathing deeply for 2 minutes, counting each inhalation 1, exhalation 2, till you get to 10, and then starting over again at 1.